Okay, it's time for an editorial. From guess who?
Grr, arg.
Okay, we tried to let everyone know about the show on the forums. And man, are some stoners ever angry. Don't get me wrong here. There are quite a few forums and members that actually like the show and were great. But some of them accused us of being spammers. And they banned us from their forum. I just want to point out that I know that telling people about anything whatsoever is technically spamming. But weed is technically an illegal drug, and they're technically dealing in it. So what does that make some of them? Talk about calling the kettle black. Don't talk about technicalities if you're doing the same thing when it comes to weed. Think about what you're saying and where it's coming from, people. Nobody's perfect. We're not. You're not. No one is. See? I caught some stoners being hypocrites. Only just a little bit. Squish your heads, squish your heads. Of course, once again, these are individuals and do not represent all stoners. And once again, nobody's perfect. Just because you or me or some forum administrators or even some other members act like jerks sometimes, it doesn't mean that necessarily makes them a jerk. You're only a jerk if you don't learn from it or continue to do it. Sorry. Whatever the jerkiness of it may be. Know what I mean? One person even said that they watch videos to get to know people and we had nothing. That's nothing to offer them. Now, I know we're not professional actors or professional video editors or TV producers. Shit, we're not professional anything when it comes to doing this show. But that was cold. I guess Woody Harrelson isn't the only stoner that attacks people. Bad Woody. Bad Woody. Hey, I never thought I'd be saying that. Don't listen to that, little buddy. You're a good Woody. But don't necessarily blame Woody Harrelson either, eh? Actors, stoners, men, women, black, white, cops, Muslims. Everyone. We're still just people. Caught up in different circumstances.
Why can't we all just get along?
Now, back to those people that think we have nothing to offer them. Well, we do have fun. As Metallica would say, so fucking what? Do we need to sit here and bitch the whole time just to be taken seriously by some stoners? Lighten up, people, or light one up. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Bitching, complaining, and pointing fingers all the time just doesn't seem like a good time to us. If anybody has a problem with that, well then, fuck you too, I guess. What can I say? We got nothing else to offer you. Now for the good part, though. We really do appreciate anyone that is open-minded enough to take us for what we are and not prejudging us on very little or no evidence at all. A couple of the smaller forums did offer to help promote us properly right away instead of just banning us. Funny how that works. I think some forum administrators are maybe too big for their own britches a little bit. But maybe not. I do have to mention that the 420 Magazine forum is paying attention and have asked us back, so that's good. What they said was their system is automated and they didn't have enough time to react before I was banned. Sounds valid enough to me. And we'll hopefully be back there very soon announcing another new episode. So with some forums, if that's all it was, then we would we'd be glad to return. Just send us a message of any kind and let us know we're not going to be banned again and we'll be there. You've already deleted our membership?
Bogus.
Well, then you or anyone else actually can contact us at bakedpotatoshow@gmail.com. Yeah, we are doing this for stoners after all. Which also happens to include ourselves, of course. Hey, I'm no Sister Mary Teresa or anything, but I'm sure as hell not greedy and do want to make things better for stoners. And so does Daryl, of course. And, speaking of stoners, one of the other problems we encountered was that some people don't like the label of stoner, apparently. Well, you know what? We use the term stoner here freely because we're not ashamed of it. We use, if you are, that's your business and your choice. But don't judge us for not being ashamed of it. We started using stoner because that's the label the rest of society put on us as a demeaning gesture. We're using it against them to show them that they're full of shit. Be proud of being a stoner. Not because it may be cool or not. Not because it's even anti-authoritarian. Big word, eh? Be proud because it's your choice. Not because you have a disease, but because it's your choice if you do have a disease. If you don't like the show because we say the word stoner, well, you're judging us because we do say the word. Stoner. Well, I guess that's your prerogative. But we don't have a problem with the word stoner. Okay? That's it. I don't want to go on forever. And speaking of going on to the next thing. Okay, we're going to be starting on victims of enforcement. To start off, we're going to be showing you a clip from the news on YouTube about a lady that was victimized by a criminal, then victimized by the police again. Personally, I thought they were there to help. I guess some of them burn out a little too fast. They arrested her and charged her with disturbing the peace. Then 2 male cops stripped her naked for all to see, and then left her that way for a long time. You'll see what I mean. Watch this clip. It was sent to us by a helpful viewer, so thanks.
Up to 7 individuals working for the sheriff or jail are in the cell. Both women and men deputies forcibly remove all her clothes.
What are you doing? Two males holding her down as she's butt naked. That's wrong.
The video, obtained exclusively by Channel 3 News, gives us a rare inside look at what can happen to you or a loved one, even if you're the one who calls police for help.
Holy shit. And it wasn't even for drugs. What started it was she gave the cops her deceased sister's medical marijuana card by mistake instead of her own driver's license. Pretty fucking sad if you ask me. It just goes to show you though, we're not just fighting for stoners' rights. We're also fighting for anyone's rights when it comes to law enforcement. Cops are human too. Why judges think they're perfect and never lie or cheat or steal, I'll never know. I'd say most cops do something illegal or act contrary to their job descriptions almost on a daily basis. Just like most politicians, most CEOs, and most people, period. The percentages might vary, but the human nature is still there. And that bitch is in bloody heat.